Can't hear you.
I know. I just took myself off mute. Hold on. Let me fix my. Look, you can see my candy thing behind me.
Yeah.
I just rearranged my entire office.
Nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna come on video, but I saw it was just you. I was like, oh, hi.
Nah. Hey, Des.
Hello.
What's shaking?
I'm feeling pretty pumped up because my boyfriend bet me that I could not make a smoothie before the meeting, and I just finished it. So,
Listen, if that's what jazzes you. If that's what gets you going, then power to you.
Oh, I missed you.
I was gonna say, there's all kinds of things that get me going. That is not one of them. Although I do love a good competition. So
That's all it was, really.
yeah, exactly. I love it. I just rearranged my whole office today, just turning things around. I'm not done yet. Things are not in their place, but they're where I've positioned everything is where it is, where it's gonna stay. That's what I'm gonna say. I just gotta put stuff away. I love it. Are you eating Dairy Queen right now?
Who?
Yes.
So jealous.
Listen,
Yes.
I am like burning. I need to be hot and not less hot.
I love it. It's beautiful here. Oh, Nadia. Okay, we got people coming on. Love it.
I know I'm burning to death.
There's Carol.
Hello. Oh, my video's not on. I don't know why.
Oh, it was just on. I just saw you.
That's weird. All right, hang on. I'm making you the host.
Oh, okay. Sounds
There
good.
you go.
Oh, you are the host now.
And it's still recording, so you're good.
I'm good to go. Okay.
You're good to
Thank you.
go. Yeah. I don't know why my video's not working, but I will fix it.
I'm just gonna wait 1 second. And then I'll get going.
Where is everyone?
I don't know.
Enjoying the heat.
It was a nice day. It was a nice day in the East Coast, and they've just like relaxed some things and went to Home Depot. I didn't know they actually relaxed things. It was like maybe the second time I've been in the store. Yeah, no.
Did you have to line up outside the store?
No. No, we didn't, but there was some people just like I swear they were just like weaving like a car would in traffic, like through the aisles.
We went on the weekend and people were around the store.
Hi, Patricia.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hello, Carol.
Oh, I didn't fix it. There, now I fixed it.
You're good.
It's been a day.
Did it.
Hello.
I love it.
Yeah, I saw people lined up at Winners the other day, and I was like, really? In the rain? Like, I
Really?
love Winners, but I don't want to do that. I want to, like, sniff candles and drink coffee and hang out with my girlfriends at Winners. I don't want to, like, go in all worried that I'm taking somebody's spot and, like, rush.
Yeah.
You guys have coffee at your Winners?
Pardon?
You guys have coffee at your Winners?
No, we take coffee to the Winners.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Wow, her Winners is like epic.
We're getting a new one. Ours is closed right now because we're getting a new one built.
Oh.
And I'm like, ooh, maybe it'll have a coffee shop.
No, sorry.
Maybe
I mean, I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure, but I'm gonna go probably with no. Sorry.
all right, so let's talk about how y'all can make some money so you can go to Winners
Yes.
with your triple grande mocha swirl with coconut milk, yada
Ooh.
yada beverage. And so we can all afford to get 5 of them in one sitting and take all of our girlfriends out for a Starbucks and go to Home Sense. Honestly, I think it's the one store that I'm missing the most is Winners and Home Sense. It's like therapy for me to go there, fill the cart, and mostly I just like I try the stuff on and then I put it all back and I try to pick up chicks. So I don't actually usually purchase stuff all the time. I usually purchase prizes for my team, and that's about it. But the therapy of going there is what I miss the most. So let's talk about some quarantine IPAs. Some things and ways and how we're going to make money during this time. Funny thing, I was talking on Linda's cross country tour, and when you think about it, the industries that make money in a recession are tobacco, alcohol, and if you're from the East Coast, liquor store never closed once. It actually extended its hours, just so you know. The coffee industry, because I used to be in it, and the joke is that everybody could afford a cup of joe, even in a recession. And the fourth one, yay for us, is actually cosmetics. It's wild, but if any of you have been on Linda's road trip show, you've heard that sales are up. We are the only Mary Kay subsidiary in the world that is up in sales during quarantine / isolation / whatever you want to call this thing that we're in. We are the only country that is up.
Even the US isn't up?
Even the US is not up.
Love it.
Like killing it. And I want to talk about something for a second, because this was also mentioned on Linda's tour, and it's like mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing at the fact that this, one, even exists, and two, that we actually have to make a decision for it never to exist again. But those stores and companies that when you walk in, you can take your little itty bitty finger and rub it in a blush and touch it on your face, that is going. So Sephora will not have an option from here on out, or Muriel or Shoppers, for you to take your hands and touch stuff and put it on your face or body wherever you go. That is a straight up cosmetology rule that is, for them to be able to open, they have to adhere to these rules. So that's one thing Sephora is known for. Guess what we're known for? A no-touch policy with samples, sanitary items, your own dang Q-tip, and everybody gets a spatula. So I want you just to think about that for a second, and how your business is gonna propel forward starting. It should have started already, but starting today, knowing that this is even coming. You should be so proud of what it is you do as a consultant and how you conduct yourself when we ever get to meet with humans again, but how we conduct ourselves on a regular basis when you do sample. It's unbelievable. It's really actually a beautiful thing. I've never ever touched those things anyway, because they always used to scare me. And it blows my mind that anybody touches them. So the fact that they're going away is just a great thing for the whole industry, and I think it's absolutely lovely. So just so you know, during these times in a downturn, you're the one that makes money. Your beautiful side hustle is on the up. So you can either choose to sit back and watch or get in the game. And I encourage you to get in, and get in loud and proud. So one thing that I was talking about on her road trip there, it's kind of a little 3 R's for quarantine IPAs. Let's call it QIPAs, quarantine IPAs, 3 R's. The first one, I'm going to talk about reorders. Now, if you've been in this business for a hot second, I'm going to assume you have at least 2 to 5 customers. You have 2 to 5 clients. If you've been in longer for that, I'm going to hope you have 50 times more than that, 100 times more than that. At this point in time, when you're in a quarantine, your biggest thing that you can do to set yourself up for success and make money moving forward is to create a connection. This was something my mom always used to talk about, and she used to call it eating crow. Because if you, like me at the beginning of my career, really did a poor job of customer service and had to find all new clients during DIQ because, again, did a poor job of customer service, this is your time to eat crow. And what eating crow means is you call, connect, text, send a video memo, whatever you can do, be like, hey, Carol, I have been thinking about you. I really beeped the bed. And I did a bad job back in 2013 of customer service. And I don't know if you're still using Mary Kay, but I wanted to let you know that I'm still a consultant and I would love to connect with you and see if we can do an update. Better yet, love to update you on your skincare and tell you a little bit about what's new in Mary Kay. That's a really easy way to eat crow with someone you haven't talked to. You go back to 2013. I've done it. That's why it's called eating crow. So that's one thing that you can spend a little time doing while you've got the time. And we all currently have the time. Now, I know most of you are, you could be, you're home with the significant other, you're home with maybe homeschooling some children, and you might only have an hour a day to work on your business. That's great. Yeah. This business does not need 6 hours. It needs a good focused hour, a good focused 20 minutes. I used to call it focus 15, a good focus 15. You'll be blown away what you can do in that time frame. And I learned becoming a new mom over the last 2.5 years, twice over, what I could do in a focus 15. And then I questioned myself going, what the heck was I doing for the other 23 hours and 45 minutes? Angie used to say, Angie Stoker, those that know you, #1 national forever, her little inside joke was is that when she talked to a woman and a woman would say to her, I don't have time. We're trying to make a baby at the moment. And Angie, she would always just be like, oh my gosh, I really hope everything works out and blah, blah, blah. And, they'd have a lovely conversation about it. And then she'd leave the conversation. She said to me one time, she's like, I always wondered if they were trying to make a baby, what was she doing for the other 23 hours and 45 minutes in a day? She's like, because if she's doing it any longer than that, I want to meet this guy. And I roared so hard, but that's a true story. Like, you can only do this business for so long during a day. I know, killed me every time. So take advantage of the 15 minutes and use it wisely. First thing, make a list of people you forgot to connect with. I forgot to follow up with Susie from last 1.5 years when that skincare set switched from the old timelines to the new 2 years ago, and I never checked in to see how she liked it. Never even called. They should be your first connection point. Your second connection point are people that have ordered from you in the last 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months, and just be like, hey, I'm just calling to say hello. I was thinking about you. I'm just calling to say hi. Guys, it doesn't always have to be about, hey, what do you want to buy from me? This business is about a connection. The first time that people will purchase from you is because they love the product. The second through 50th time is because they enjoy you. So take this time through your thought process of working on reorders to continue to foster either the current connections that you have or to build new ones. I promise you, when it comes down to brass tacks, when it comes down to you running for that goal for June 30th, when it comes down to you in a crisis, meaning that your life just switched, turned upside down, and you need that sale, guess who's going to show up? It's the ones that you spent the time, the phone calls. They don't have to be long. Just be like, hey, Carol, I was just checking in. Like, how's it going? Like, are the kids driving you crazy? How are you doing? Did you get your hair done yet? Like, those sort of things. So I was joking the other day with a woman. I was like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? Can you still fit in your jeans? I was like, I don't know if I can. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get in them again. So just, you know what?
Well, your maternity jeans.
That's right. No, I'm barely in those. So I'm working on it. But I feel like this is your time to create those connections. So when you need them, you can go back. Now, what's going to happen is, let's say you call 10 people. And just to say hello, I was thinking about you. I know you're home with the kiddos doing homeschooling. It must be crazy. I was just calling to check in. You crossed my mind. out of the 10 people that you call, how many people are going to be like, oh yeah, it's Carol. God, I keep forgetting to phone her. I need an eye makeup remover, an ultimate mascara. And you know that moisturizer I use, can I get that too? How many people out of 10 do you think are going to say something or get reminded of? It's actually higher than your normal, that you do your 2 out of 10, because you already have a little tiny bit of relationship. It's already kind of, there's like an inkling, like a thumbtack, and then you're just calling and building it every time. So it's actually higher. It's usually 4 to 5 out of 10, almost 50%. You're out of that, the people will do it. Guess what happens with the other 50? You will hear from them in the next 4 to 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, but the next 4 to 6 weeks, because you're like, oh yeah, I talked to Carol back in June. Man, she told me she was running for this big goal. I should probably check in and see how it went. You'll get an order from them at some point. So focus on the relationships over the next little, like that is your, QIPA. That's your first quarantine IPA, is check in on your peeps. Okay. Number 2 is rebook and book. Now you can probably still think of when this all went down, you had bookings in your calendar. And I remember I had like a full 2 weeks going on. Like I was like so rammed and I was so pumped about it. And then it just started to go like dominoes. It was like bing, 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 bing. And the first girl messaged me. She's like, yeah, we're probably not meeting Friday, are we? I was like, probably not. And like she left me this voice memo and she's like, we're probably not getting together, like high pitched. I was like, I voice memo back. I was like, yeah, probably not a good idea. Like, let's just see how this nets out and I'll get back to you. So you probably have a couple of those that you're like, oh God, I forgot about her. Those are who you rebook for virtual appointments. Yeah, those who rebook for virtual appointments. If your amazing director is doing like a live virtual party for your team, oh, that's who I should invite to it and add her in the group. I was thinking about her. I forgot to connect with her. Again, so you're going to rebook the ones that you had to kind of adjust over the last 6 to 8 weeks. If you haven't done that already, you should be focusing on that. No question. You're also going to connect with people that you just befriended on Facebook over the last 2 to 4 weeks. I bet y'all got some new friend requests, didn't you? Because there's some bored people at home just surfing the internet being like, wonder what Melissa's up to. I'm going to search her. Oh, add. Oh, add. Oh, add.
How many of you are in those wine groups? Like the wine ninjas and stuff like that. Like they're everywhere. And then, as soon as you connect with somebody, send them a friend request.
That's Carol's claim to fame. Like anybody she even talks to for like 30 seconds, she adds them as a friend. Be like, yep, know their name. And then they see everything that she's doing and then she's going on. So that's one of your things is like, so whoever's added you in the last little bit, go through and be like, I have no clue who that is, but guess what? She's on my message list for tomorrow morning when I have my 15-minute business. So that's who you want to focus on the rebook. And then obviously, somebody's doing me while they're driving. This is commitment. Put me on. Just hear me. I don't even know her name, but just listen. You don't need to see me.
It was just me, but I'm just listening.
Okay, perfect, Steph. Love it. I love your commitment. Thank you. And then the last one, the last R is get ready to go live. Some of you have done it. Some of you have never done it. Some of you are doing it, but could get a little better, a little bit more confident as you go. And you're going to do that the more and more and more that you do. But if you haven't done it before, do it scared. It is the only way to move forward, is to move forward in fear. And I'm telling you, if you have a client base that is your age group, they do not want to see like, let's say you're 60. They do not want to see a 19-year-old put on liquid liner. They could care less. They do not want to see a 19-year-old show them how to use the contour kit, because that's not who they connected with. That's not their consultant. That's not how they would do it. Guess who they want to see? No, they want to see you do it. How does Nadia put it on? Where does she put it? What colors does she use? What does Nadia suggest? And what does that come back to? Creating that connection and building that trust. Because when you come live on a video and you recommend a product, the product that you're generally going to go live with first is what? Yeah, something that you like. Yeah, the basis of our business, something that you enjoy and that you can get passionate about and get behind, because that will translate through the camera. But they want to see you do it. They don't want to see me do it. Carol and I can send you a bunch of videos. Raven and Angie can send you a bunch of videos to watch. And maybe your first time, you're just a little bit nervous. So share Carol. The next one I would suggest is to mimic Carol. I'm not saying try to be Carol. That's difficult. Don't try to be me. They don't want you to. They want you to be you, but mimic it. Mimic microdermabrasion. Like, where do you put it? How do you do it? Blah, blah, blah. What's your favorite product and why? That's what people want to know, and they want to know it from you. So get ready to go live. Set yourself up for success. Go forward in fear. If you're wondering, the company has really very quickly updated their little virtual hub online, and it's actually pretty darn good. So if you want to start anywhere in educating yourself about online, don't spend too much time, because I remember, just get ready to go live and do it, because that's the only way you're going to move forward. But if you want to read just a couple of things about how to set yourself up, what's the best video to have? I mean, obviously this backlighting sucks. Nadia, you should fix that. But go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read the virtual hub. It's right on the main page. When you log on and scroll down a touch, it's right smack in the middle. Click it and have a little gander.
There's everything, like scripts, pictures, video tips, Instagram tips, everything.
Everything.
And y'all, you guys are washing your face twice a day, right? Go live and wash your face twice a day with your customers in the group.
They love it. What do you do to go to bed? What do you do when you get up? What order do you put the lifting serum on? How do you put the lifting serum on? How much do you use? This and that. Get on and show them. So my recommendation is, if you don't have a VIP group, create one. It's where I communicate with most of my clients. If not, it's through text. I just had a text message me right now. This is someone I built a relationship. I haven't even looked at it yet. Let's see what her order is. Oh, yeah, perfect. So she needs a full Voluform set, 2 lifting serums, 2 eye creams, 2 night creams. She orders the same thing every time. So there's what? 234, 4 something. That's built on a fostered relationship. My top salesperson this month, we just had a meeting last night. So far, she's 3 weeks in, she's sold 4,400. One of my top people. And that's just, a lot of that is built on reorders, because she's fostered the relationship. So that's why you spend the time now, so you can rejoice and take advantage of it later. So you're setting yourself up for your future self today. And you can do that because you have a little bit of extra time, right? The last R, it's the 3 R's with an S, 3 R's, is sharing. If you don't know that sharing this business makes you money, you need to get in the know. Reorders, rebooking, going live. If you don't know that sharing makes you money. So Carol, I said the 3 R's. And the last S.
You're so East Coaster when you do that.
You what?
R's.
We're not pirates here in the East Coast. We don't have pirates. Yeah, we just get a little slurry when we have too much to drink. Other than that, so sharing, it's an S for sharing. If you don't know that you make money when you share, you need to get in the know. This is a prime time, not sure if you know, kit's $24, wild. This is not a kit that's meant to, for you to buy and then for them to live off of and go into Mary Kay abyss. This is a kit basically that says, I'm signing up to start a business for 24. What am I going to do with that? It's a basically box of samples. Like, who gives a beep? But that's not the point of the kit. The point of the kit is to get them in and give them an opportunity. This is all about opportunity. It's not this beautiful bag full of product that's going to take you to the moon and back. This is a straight up opportunity, giving people in times of crisis an opportunity to run. And the fun thing is you never know who's going to run. You never know. And I'll tell you, it is normally 9 times out of 10, and Carol will vouch for me, it is not the person you think that will run that runs. It's the person you least think. My mom was a jerk at her first class. She was not nice. My grandmother somebody came to her door, it was Angie's sister, offered her a class. My grandmother was like, sure, that sounds fun. Invited her 2 daughters. Neither of them showed up. And then my aunt, my mom's sister, felt bad, said, I'll host a class. Invited my mom. She went. My mom basically sat there like this at the end of the table the whole time, was like, yeah, whatever. Like, did nothing. And my mom went on to become a national. She would have been the least likely person to do this business if they had judged her. So with that being said, make a list for yourself of people that you know that are struggling right now, that might need an opportunity. It's not going to cost them an arm and a leg to get in. So that's beautiful. They can make money straight out of the gate. Straight out of the gate. Rip open that little charcoal mask sample. They can put it on live, take a picture of themselves, be like, oh, this feels amazing. Sold. That's how easy this is. Do you know that there's other direct sales companies that is all they do? They don't meet with anybody ever. They strictly have a virtual business. What's very beautiful about our business is we can do it all. When things do go back to normal, you're going to have, a 2 to 3 pronged business. So in person, virtual, and then the opportunity of sharing your ways to make money. It's amazing. It is so cool. Now, this has always been there. Don't think it hasn't. Now we're just taking the time to perfect it. And so this is your time to set yourself up as a great student. Get all learned up. Oh, I did that earlier. I'm on the water now.
Anna just poured me a glass of wine and it is very large. I don't think she quite realizes how many ounces this glass is. Wow.
You've taught her well.
I have taught her very well, yes.
Also what, 5:30 in Alberta? I love it. So if you don't understand how the marketing plan works, you need to get online, under publications, advanced brochure, and you need to read it. You need to get shored up on what the marketing plan and where the money is. Do you realize, one of my consultants recruited someone. That someone placed a 600 and she got a commission check and messaged me and said, why did I get so much money? Said no consultant ever, no consultant should ever say, why did I get all this money? So what that tells me is that they don't get the marketing plan. And so then we send them, let's explain the marketing plan. So we do it. And then they go and do it again. And they're like, wow, that was awesome. I got a lot of money. So when you recruit somebody first off and they do a 600 in their first month, which is highly likely currently because they can go online and make money today, posting a picture of themselves with a charcoal mask on. You make a $50 bonus and then a commission off what they order and what you order. And what the rest of you, if you have more team, what the rest of them order. Like she ends up getting over $100 and like, why did I get so much money? I don't get it. Take the money and run. Take the money. The company has money to spare. Take it and run. So learn the marketing plan. Spend the time during this quarantine time. Learn it. Get shored up. Excuse me. Last but not least, I'm not going to leave you with too much else tonight, but I want you to understand what it takes to make money in this business. I'm going to say this again. My mom said this from the get-go, is don't spend it as soon as it walks in the door. You will never feel like you've made money. And guess who gets upset with you at this point? If you have a partner in your life, it's them. They get upset with you because they don't see any money because you've walked it out the door as soon as it gets in your hand. Like I used to have a consultant when I first got started. She'd go to a class and then stop at the mall on the way home, spend it, and then come home and her husband would be like, "Where'd the money?" He'd be like, "It's gone. I didn't make any." And I'd be like, what? You did? Don't tell him that. You did, you just spent it. She was honest though. She did spend it and she told me she spent it. But what you want to do as soon as you have that money in your hand, you want to do your 60-40 split immediately. So on a $100 sale, you're taking 60%, putting it on your investment if you made one. I realize that 60 is more than 50, and I'm sure you've learned this a million times, but I'm going to say it one more time. We do make 50% of what we sell, but in order to pay anything off, ever, a Visa, a credit card, a line of credit, a business investment, you need to put more down than the minimum. And more than 50 is 60. So you need to take 60%, $60 of that 100 and put it on your investment. The $40, I always joke, goes in the Melissa fund or the Patricia fund or the Desiree fund. What you do with that fund is up to you. Now, when you're first getting started, what we recommend is investing that back in your business, because sometimes it takes a little bit of money to make money. So once you pay off your initial investment, then you have profit. But you're making profit every time. We're just making a decision to reinvest versus not. So that's something that, I'm not going to take you much further on that tonight, but you want to know that a 60-40 split is to your benefit. 60% goes in your investment, 40% goes in the Carol fund.
Can I just, if you struggle with 60-40 because you're doing it in a weekly plan sheet and things like that, and then, when you're getting the credit card statement and then you've already direct shipped it, but you're waiting for the money and you're like, I don't know, does this happen to anybody else? Or you go look at the total at the end and then you're like, but there should be more. So what I do is I print my sheet, I use Pink Office, but I'll print it off. And then I write on the bottom of it that the total order cost, including my shipping, including the GST, everything was this. Here's my profit. And then 10% of that goes into a separate account.
There you go.
And then I have that written out so that I can just put that separately and that's mine. But that 10% is really important and we forget that 10%. So that might be just, because otherwise it's like shipping costs money and that can come out of your profit. All of those things.
Absolutely. Last but not least, if you have something that you're working toward, I'm the type of person that I need something that I'm working toward monetarily. It's something that's motivated me. It took me a minute to figure out what it was that motivated me, but I always knew I loved to renovate a house. I always knew that I loved to do upgrades. I don't like buying a lot of things for me. I don't. I do enjoy buying gifts for other people, as my team knows. But I do enjoy renovating a house. So when I have something that I'm monetarily working toward, I break it down. I break it down like an elephant, bite it off a piece at a time. That's why you see a lot of teams when we're running for big goals, we say, oh, we have 2,000 mascaras left or 500 miracle sets or this and that, because it's chunkable. It's feelable. We can feel that. We can understand it. Most people can get that number. But all of a sudden when you're like, oh my God, I've got 5,000 wholesale to do to earn this ring. But yeah, what does that mean? So take it and break it down. So for instance, doing some renovations in the backyard, we're kind of upgrading our backyard, fix the deck, building a pergola, planting trees, blah, 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 doing sod and grass. And I looked at Chris and I was like, tell me what it's going to cost. And he was like, well, I don't know. I got to price it out. I was like, that doesn't work for me. I need to know what it's going to cost. And he was like, okay, all right. He's like, I'll help pay for it. And I was like, not the point. I need to know what it's going to cost so I can break it down per faces and per people I need to connect with. And he was like, oh. So he got the cost of the wood, got the cost of this, got the cost. We picked out the trees that we wanted, got the cost of that, broke it down. And so I paid for it in my sales the whole way. It does not come out of my paycheck, pay for it. But that's what I do that works for me. So if you're someone that likes to work toward a goal like that, or you're just like, you know what, I need to have $500 extra this month. That would pay my power bill, my cell phone bill, and call it a day. Break it down per faces, break it down per mascara sold, break it down per miracle sets moved. I use my qualified bonuses. There you go. So yeah. So we all have a little different something. That to me always made sense, was that if I could break it down per faces seen, I usually know what my average face sale is. It's around $80. So if I knew that I needed $1,000 for wood, I'd have to connect and see 12 faces, 12.5, 13 faces. So I'd be like, all right, who am I calling? Let's do this. But that's what's going to make you money during this time, is deciding what it is that you need and go from there. I need you to remove the thought from your mind that people don't have money and they're not spending it on cosmetics. The government has given away $1 gazillion to set people up for success, and they don't have anywhere to spend it currently because daycare's not in session, kids aren't going to school. Mostly their food bill has gone up 3 times because they're spending their at home eating. I know I have. Yeah, and wine and alcohol. They're not driving. We weren't driving anywhere until the other day. So why don't you be one of those people where they spend their extra money with you? But if they don't know that you're open for business, you're not going to get the sale. Does that hurt somebody in the heart? Is somebody like, I'm going to go do a live video now? Anything? Yeah. So I want you to know that there's people out there right now doing things they've never done before. There's people out there stepping outside their comfort zone and doing live videos, and they've never done it. I got people on my team doing videos down here. I got people on my team doing videos down here. I got people down here. I mean, this is terrible lighting. I didn't even check it before I went, but I got people doing it in the sun. You can't even see their face, but you can hear them talk. I don't care. They're doing it. And with whole heart passion and scared half to death. I did a challenge the other day for my team, and I just said, I need all of you to put on the one of the new products, take a selfie, and you need to send it to 5 to 7 friends and say, oh my God, I just tried the new pH lip balm in plum, and I put it on. I thought it would look great on you. I just wanted to send you a picture. And then I said, to qualify for what I was going to do, they had to send me the selfie. Oh my God. I've received some of the best selfies in the world, and it didn't matter. But what we got to do was have a conversation about, you know what, you could do it like this, or you could adjust it, or you could just move the camera here. But man, I had some really good text conversations with some people that had never done it before, some people that have done it but haven't done it in a while. And then some people got some really great sales from that. So Melissa was at the beach today, got a little too much sun, took a picture of her burnt arm, and then sold 2 after sun gels. Take advantage of what it is that you're doing. Step out in fear and know that you have an opportunity to make some money during this time. And the other opportunity that you have is to give someone else the opportunity to make money at this strange time. So don't forget, we have until May 31st for this $24. Carol and I do not know what is going on in June, sorry. If 24 is going to transfer over, if the old kid's going to go back, we don't know. And we won't know until the same time that you guys do. So it's not 24 plus tax plus shipping. It's straight $24. Like I've had to reiterate that 52 times because it's never happened, but it's straight $24, okay? You can barely buy 2 steaks for that. So, I hope that you take the 3 R's and focus on them. R's, reorders, rebook. What did I say the last one was? Get ready to go live. And sharing. And if you haven't read the marketing plan in a while, until I understood that and learned it and could recite it, that was the minute my business grew to another level. Because I understood where to focus my time and energy.
Yeah.
And I spent, you agree, Carol?
I mean, seriously, when I was first recruited and I Googled Mary Kay top earners and that whole, like, there's all these Mary Kay millionaires. And all I kept thinking was, to earn a 6-figure income, that is a hell of a lot of lip glosses you got to be selling yourself.
Yeah.
And you're like, I just pictured people like standing on a street corner with a trench coat, like, you want to buy a lip gloss all the time. And it's not like that. My main income comes from my team building. And it wasn't until I figured that out and actually understood how much money I was leaving behind. That's where your focus should be.
Yeah, absolutely. All the other stuff is gravy. But until you understand that, that's when you, and even with your sales business, if you decide that not sharing is not for you, whatever. If you decide it's for you, you can make a beautiful income selling product. But understanding the marketing plan, if somebody happens to come your way and say, you know what, I want to join your team, and then you're like, no, that is not understanding the marketing plan. I've had it happen. Just like, I don't want to recruit her. She's a really great consultant. Well, guess what? She's a really great customer. Guess what? They make the best consultants.
They'll still be great customers.
That's right. They'll still be great customers, but for themselves. And to be honest, they'll buy themselves more and you'll make more money. So when you understand the marketing plan, that question just gets eliminated from your repertoire. So I really hope that you spend the time connecting, sharing a little bit of love. I really hope you spend the time rebooking some people that you might have had to change in your schedule for a little online virtual consultation. And I hope you spend the time sharing. And I hope you spend the time getting a little bit bold, doing something you're fearful of, and stepping out and moving forward and get in front of the camera. Because it'll change your business moving forward. When things go back to normal, you'll just have so many different ways to connect with people that you'll be comfortable in, that you can do this business sitting on a beach, in your backyard at the lake, like Carol does, in my backyard, in my new cushions that I purchased for $570 on my new couch that Chris built. That's how you can work your life. So I just want you to know that it's available to you, and I believe in each and every one of you. And thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. And I think we have a winner, and it's Terry. So Terry, who's Terry's director? Not either one of us. So Terry, you're going to have your director send me your address.
Can I share this? I just did a coaching call with a consultant who's new.
Yeah.
She is a full-time mom, single mom.
Yep.
She's working now full-time because she got called back after being on EI, and she can't refuse or she won't get EI either. Yep. She has to have her kid in daycare, and she's going to school a minimum of 20 hours a week. And she was panicking about how she was going to do her Mary Kay. Well, we figured it out. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleeping, which she's like, when was the last time that happened? Anyway, 2 hours with her daughter, like of solid focused time, a half an hour for commuting, and then 2.85 hours a day in school. And that equals that she has still 2.65 extra hours in the day.
Okay. Awesome. To do
there's time.
Business. Yeah, there's a ton of time. I love that analogy. And you break it down, like, who friggin' sleeps for 8 hours anyway? Yeah. And who focuses 8 hours at work straight and doesn't surf the internet? Yes, thank you for the laugh, Patricia. And doesn't surf the internet and doesn't check up on their ex-boyfriend's connection or Facebook page, or, you know, if you got time to do that, you got time to run a business. All right. So I send you all love for a very successful last 5 days of the month. Know that you and your team are running for huge goals this last 5 days. Do not let it pass you by. Do not think, oh, somebody else will place an order, somebody else will do something, somebody else will help with double up. No, you're on this call. You want to be a part of the goal. You want to move ahead. Set yourself up for success. Help yourself first, help your team next, and know that you deserve to be recognized on our first virtual seminar with over 5,000 people. It's going to, like, honestly, if Mary Kay does something virtually, it's going to be wacko. It's going to be so cool that you want to be able to see your name in lights. So step in, step up, step out in fear, and don't wait until Monday. Start now and focus on what you can do before May 31st for your team and their goal, and then figure out June next. But this is what we're working with is the next 5 days. Okay, ladies? Let's go. I love you all. And we'll see you next Wednesday. And I really hope that you either maxed out your double up, hit your goal, hit your 600, because that's what you were aiming for. But I really hope that you hit higher than what you're aiming for, because that's what you deserve. So
Thanks, ladies.
lots of love, guys.
Good job, Nadia.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
It was awesome, Nadia. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, Carrie, get your director to send me your address.
Thank you. Good night.